If you love darts, then you've come to the right place, because these are the all new Predators and Predator Stealths from LoveDarts. So there are two variations to these darts. These are the Predators, which are a straight barrel. The Stealths are very, very similar, but they are a little bit shorter and a little bit thicker. So this here is the straight barrel version, and the inspiration of these darts came from the iconic Adidas Predators that, of course, David Beckham wore. And I remember wearing Predators as a kid, and I went to this tournament and I was the only one that had the champagne Predators during that World Cup period. And all of the kids were looking at my feet. That sounds really weird. Anyway, you get the idea, and you can see straight away with these barrels that they are literally just like the Predators, and the colour and the intricacy in these barrels is absolutely phenomenal. Really, really deep cuts, and that does provide a lot of grip as well. So how these come in the box then, you've got the barrels themselves, the LoveDarts stems. If I turn that around, you can see there, LoveDarts. And then the flights really have had a lot of care and attention put into them. So if I take one of these out, you can actually see that it's hollow, so you can see in the light through the heart, and you've got this sort of flamey lava effect, which looks really cool. Again, where you've got all these little cracks, you can actually see light passing through. So a lot of detail put into a little flight, but it really does finish off the complete setup. The points were also a nice crisscross design, so they provide a lot of grip as well when you're throwing. And they are really grippy actually, almost like a sandpaper feel in those little grooves, the crisscross grooves. So really, really nice. So let me tell you a little bit more about the Predators. They're 52mm in length, so the same as a littler pixel grip. The width is 6.55mm, and they're 95% tungsten. Yes, you heard me right, 95%. Points are diamond cut. The flights we've obviously touched on, they're fire edition, and I can't do it justice in the video. You really need to see it up close because they do look phenomenal. And then black stems with LoveDart logos on there. Okay, so I'm starting with the Predators, which are the straight barrel, 23 grams, and straight away you can really feel there's a good consistency of grip from front to rear, and also including the point. So let's see how they throw. Nice. They fly really true. Not too much movement in the air. Oh, slipped in my hand. Not bad. A few more with these then. Interestingly, I used to throw straight barrel, but I don't anymore. But I can actually throw these quite well. They don't feel horrible to throw. Get up. That's the Predators. Let's move on to the Stealths. So then, the Stealth, and this may just look like another version of the Predator, which I guess in some cases it is, but like I said, it's shorter and it's thicker. So a slightly different version for those that prefer a shorter barrel. You've got two options to these. So in the box, you'll see the same as what you had in the Predators, but if we do a side-by-side comparison, so slightly shorter, but also a touch thicker, and how that compares, the length is 47mm and the width is 6.84. They are, however, a 22 gram, whereas the Predators are a 23. So again, a little bit of variety in the weight and the shape, depending on your preference. 95% tungsten steel, and then obviously the accessories to go with these are exactly the same. So to summarize, 52mm length on the Predator, 47 on the Stealth, 6.55mm wide on the Predator, and 6.84 on the Stealth. So you wouldn't really notice it if you were just looking at it, but there is definitely a slight difference in the feel. And obviously when you're throwing, you can tell the difference because it's a longer setup on the Predator than it is on the Stealth. Oh, and also you do get a nice little handwritten thank you for your purchase card in the box from Mark himself. So appreciate that, Mark, thanks very much. So then slightly shorter, and you can feel that straight away. Where I place my fingers, I can feel that the barrel is a little bit shorter. Can't really feel the difference in the thickness, if I'm honest. But again, nice level of grip all the way through. Let's see how they compare to the Predators. Oh, nice solid start. They do feel more like the dart I'm throwing at the minute. So 3 darts, pretty good in terms of where they've landed. Let's have another little chuck. Ooh. Oh, slightly offline. There's not much between these at the minute. I'd say these have got the slight edge, but again, that's just because it's more aligned to what I currently throw. But they both fly really good. Oh, I thought I had a treble. Oh, still can't find the treble 20. So there you have it, the Stealths and the Predators, and there's so much time and effort that's gone into these. I love just how much detail has gone in to not only the flights, but also the barrels as well. So there's only 100 of these available. They aren't limited, but make sure you head over to LoveDarts and grab yourself a set of these before it's too late. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.